On October 8, 2009, in the remote Sans Bois Mountains of southeastern Oklahoma, a family of 3 vanished without a trace, leaving behind a mystery that would baffle investigators for over 4 years and continue to haunt true crime enthusiasts to this day. Bobby Dale Jamison, 44 years old, his wife Sherilynn, 40, and their precious 6-year-old daughter Madyson had set out that crisp autumn morning to visit a 40-acre plot of land near Red Oak, Oklahoma, approximately 30 miles from their home in Eufaula, contemplating what seemed like a simple real estate purchase that would transform into one of Oklahoma's most perplexing unsolved mysteries. The Jamison family appeared to be ordinary residents of small-town Oklahoma, but beneath the surface, their lives were marked by financial struggles, marital tensions, and claims of paranormal activity in their home that had deeply disturbed Sherilynn, who believed their house was haunted and had consulted with a pastor about casting out demons. 8 days after their disappearance, on October 16, 2009, a local hunter made a chilling discovery deep in the mountains: the family's abandoned pickup truck, a blue 2009 Chevrolet Silverado, sitting locked and undisturbed on a remote mountain road, containing a scene that would perplex investigators and fuel countless theories about what had happened to the missing family. Inside the truck, authorities found the family's belongings largely intact: Sherilynn's purse, Bobby's wallet containing his driver's license and credit cards, the family dog Maisie, still alive but malnourished, toys belonging to little Madyson, and most mysteriously, approximately $32,000 in cash stuffed into a bank bag underneath the driver's seat, money that had never been reported stolen and whose presence in the vehicle remained unexplained throughout the investigation. The discovery of the truck launched one of the largest search operations in Oklahoma history, with hundreds of volunteers, search and rescue teams, cadaver dogs, helicopters, and law enforcement officers from multiple agencies scouring the rugged terrain of the Sans Bois Mountains. But despite extensive efforts covering thousands of acres of dense forest and treacherous terrain, no trace of the family could be found, leading investigators to explore increasingly complex theories about their fate. Before their remains were discovered, numerous theories emerged about the family's disappearance, including speculation that they had faked their own deaths, entered witness protection, been murdered by unknown assailants, or died by group suicide, with each theory supported by various pieces of circumstantial evidence that seemed to point in different directions. Investigators seriously considered the possibility of murder-suicide after discovering that Sherilynn's handgun was missing from the truck and finding an 11-page hate letter written by Sherilynn to Bobby, expressing deep anger and resentment toward her husband, leading some to theorize that Bobby might have driven his family into the woods and committed the ultimate act of domestic violence. Another disturbing theory centered around the family's connection to a white supremacist group called the United Knights, after it was revealed that the Jamisons had previously rented a room to a man with ties to this organization, and that Sherilynn's name had allegedly appeared on a hit list maintained by the group, suggesting the possibility of a targeted killing motivated by racial hatred. The paranormal angle also gained traction among investigators and the public, particularly after Bobby's father revealed that Sherilynn had told him about seeing spirits in their home and had believed she possessed the ability to cast out demons, leading some to wonder if the family's obsession with the supernatural had somehow contributed to their disappearance or death. 4 years and 38 days after their disappearance, on November 16, 2013, 2 hunters scouting for deer hunting locations in the deep woods made a grim discovery that would finally provide answers while simultaneously deepening the mystery: the partial skeletal remains of 2 adults and a child found less than 3 miles from where the family's truck had been abandoned, scattered across a remote area that had been searched multiple times during the initial investigation.
The remains were positively identified as belonging to the Jamison family through dental records and DNA analysis. But the condition of the bones and the lack of soft tissue made it impossible for forensic experts to determine a definitive cause of death, whether the family had died from exposure, violence, or some other cause, leaving investigators with more questions than answers, even after the discovery of the bodies. The positioning of the remains suggested the family had been together when they died, lying close to one another in what some interpreted as a final embrace. But the absence of the missing handgun, the unexplained cash in their truck, and the lack of a clear motive continued to fuel speculation about whether their deaths were the result of foul play, accident, or something more sinister. The case attracted significant media attention both locally and nationally, with true crime enthusiasts, amateur investigators, and conspiracy theorists analyzing every detail of the investigation, creating online forums dedicated to solving the mystery and proposing increasingly elaborate theories about what might have happened to the family in those final moments in the mountains. Despite extensive investigation by the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, the Latimer County Sheriff's Office, and federal agencies, the Jamison family case remains officially unsolved, with no arrests made and no definitive explanation for how or why 3 people vanished from their truck and ended up dead in the wilderness, their bodies undiscovered for over 4 years, despite intensive searches of the same area. The case continues to resonate with the public more than a decade later, serving as a reminder of how quickly ordinary families can be consumed by extraordinary circumstances, and how even in our modern world of advanced forensic science and investigative techniques, some mysteries resist all attempts at resolution, leaving behind only questions, theories, and the enduring memory of a young family whose final chapter remains unwritten. Today, the Jamison family disappearance stands as one of Oklahoma's most haunting unsolved cases, a puzzle that has challenged investigators, captivated the public imagination, and demonstrated the limits of human understanding when confronted with the inexplicable, ensuring that Bobby, Sherilynn, and Madyson Jamison will not be forgotten, even as the truth about their fate remains forever hidden in the shadows of the Sans Bois Mountains.